Today we are going to learn about main components and nomenclature of power transformer. Last time we have seen external components and of power transformer. We will continue a little bit with some main components. So the lecture is dedicated to my teacher actually, Professor Uday Kumar of IISc Bangalore, who has taught me this subject when I was in IISc Bangalore. So this is a power transformer. The basic definition is it is a static electrical apparatus for transferring electrical energy between electrical circuits through magnetic field. We have seen the various components of this transformer, including radiators, conservator, and other main components, bushing, etc. Now, apart from those, if you see internally inside the transformer, we have winding and core. These are main components actually. Windings are insulated conductors connected to the external electrical circuits, which determine the voltage or current ratios or levels with respect to the circuits connected to the other windings. Primary winding is also called excitation. Secondary winding is called load. You can see here right side there are two transformers, upper one and lower one is just a winding, just a one leg of a transformer, and there is a human being also standing there. You can compare the size of this leg of this transformer. You can see. So these are windings actually, and here you can see three legs of three windings here. 1, 2, 3. For three phases actually. And some structures also you can see these are actually tap changers. We will learn more about this in future. And what is the effect of tap changing, etc. We will see in future. And these windings are put on what is known as core. This structure actually, which is inside the windings also, is called core actually, transformer core. Is stacked lamination of magnetic material which holds the main magnetic flux for the energy transfer. So laminations of a core are actually highly permeable, made with highly permeable material such as silicon steel, and these will be thin laminations actually. This is one lamination you can see here. So they are assembled together. So all these are assembled together using rivets, bolts or studs, whatever they are called. And the resistivity of the steel sheet itself is high, thus reducing any eddy currents by making the laminations very thin. These laminations are intentionally made very thin. And on these laminations, of course, not only on these laminations, but also studs, rivets or bolts which are used to fix these laminations are electrically insulated from each other. So each other by a very thin coating of insulating varnish or by use of an oxide layer on the surface. So either by varnish or by oxide layer. See, metals are conducting, but metal oxides are insulating. So a metal oxide can serve as insulating material actually. An oxide layer on a metal will work as insulation. Now, coolant. coolant means the medium which is used for cooling is known as coolant. Air, oil, or solid synthetic materials acting as an insulation media carries away the heat generated at the core and windings. So heat is generated at core and windings. So the media which acts as well as insulation as well as a heat transfer medium is known as coolant actually. Out of this, air also can be used as coolant, oil or solid synthetic materials such as epoxy. Of course, when you use solid synthetic material, it is basically used as insulation. It will as well transfer the heat. So you can see this is the winding right side, and inside the tank, if oil is there, sometimes oil will be circulated like this, either due to natural process or due to forced process, that we will see. And then outside, this is inside, this is inside, and outside again there is another system. You see here, these are radiator tubes. These radiator tubes can be cooled externally by using fans. This is forced airflow, you can see, or they may even be left alone without fans. If it is without fans, that is natural cooling. If it is with fans, that is forced cooling. And inside this oil, if it is circulated using a pump, then again that is forced cooling. Or if you leave it for natural, process by which hot oil will go upwards, and then outside, since it is cooling, low temperature will be there outside the transformer, so this will be cooling, and then it will come like this. If it happens through natural process, then that is natural cooling. Or if you use a pump, that is again forced cooling. But there are two systems you can understand here. One is internal cooling system and external cooling system. There is an internal coolant, there is external coolant here. So this is what is known as ONAF cooling system. Oil natural, air forced. Oil natural is corresponds to internal, and air forced corresponds to external. I will go into much details of this nomenclature in a few slides. The next component is insulation. Again, in the insulation, there are several types of insulation. You can see here pressboard, which is actually made from wood. Pressboard is actually made from wood actually. And then for bushings, porcelain or silicon rubber latest, and fiberglass materials can be used inside the transformer. Oil drum, it is shown here. Oil is also used. And then bakelite is another material. What is insulation? For the electrical isolation, see, electrical isolation is very, very important. Core should not electrically touch the windings, and our winding should not touch core or tank electrically. Therefore, there should be isolation, electrical isolation between the winding and core, or within the windings also. Within the windings means there is a primary winding and secondary winding on each leg. So these windings should not be in touch electrically. And different windings also, and within the winding, within the same winding also, the turns will be there. These turns should not touch each other electrically. There is continuous connection, but they should not touch. One turn should not touch electrically another turn. Then, because they will be at a potential gradient actually. If they touch, that will be short circuited, right? So, therefore, there should be insulation above the winding layers also, or the conductors also. So, this is the main need of insulation. And this insulation should support the transformer under normal as well as overloaded conditions. It's not that it will support only under normal condition. Even under overloaded conditions, this insulation should actually survive. So as per the oils, silicon oil and any high flash point hydrocarbon oil, chlorinated benzenes or chlorofluorocarbons are used as in the transformer. Not all the transformers, it depends on the rating of transformer. And the major insulation includes barriers of wood based paper board called press board. This is called major insulation, which actually separates two windings or winding to core. The major insulation is winding to core or between two windings. And there is minor insulation also. This minor insulation is on the conductors of the winding, and this may be enamel sometimes in low power rating, or paper, or wood or nylon based paper, which can be wrapped on the conductor. So this is minor insulation, called minor insulation. And gas insulation systems include nitrogen, air, and fluorogases such as SF6. These insulations are used in the transformer. So it depends on the rating of the transformer, which kind of insulation is used. Now, power transformer. Basically, power transformer is a transformer which is connected to the main transmission lines, as already introduced some time back. The power capacity is normally more than or equal to a few to 10 megavolt amperes. So if it is in megavolt ampere, actually for such definitions, what is high voltage, what is medium voltage, what is low voltage, it's very difficult to define always, because every country has their own system and their own frequencies, their own power levels, their own voltage levels. So what is a power transformer? This definition is all right, connected to the main transmission lines is all right, but capacity, defining the capacity is specifically, we cannot say that if it is more than 2 megavolt amperes, it is power transformers. It is in the order of megavolt amperes, we can say that it is power transformers. Normally it is in this order only. And voltage more than or equal to 11 kV class. Voltages more than or equal to 11 kV class, and leakage impedance is about 8 to 10%, means 0.08 per unit to 0.1 per unit, and efficiency more than about 95%. This is the general features of a power transformer. Now, auxiliary equipment. About the auxiliary equipment, actually we have covered some of them. These are in general auxiliary equipment in a transformer. On-load tap changers, which we will study. Today you have seen how it will look like inside, but we will study in detail later. Fans we have seen, pumps, relays, indicators, filters, drain valves, air release plug, and pressure relief device, breathers, conservator. These are the various auxiliary equipment. I suggest you to search these words online and then see how they look like. And now let us go to the nomenclature of the transformer. Cooling medium, you have seen coolant, right? Cooling medium. There are several kinds of cooling medium, and each cooling medium is designated with a symbol. Why this nomenclature we have to use? There is a reason, I will tell you later. So, for the first item, that is mineral oil or equivalent flammable synthetic insulating liquid. Flammable. Actually, the so-called petroleum oil is also flammable. But we have to choose oil in such a way that which has high flash point. Temperature, high temperature flash point. So for these flammable synthetic insulating liquid, we use O as the symbol. And a non-flammable synthetic insulating liquid, we use L. Non-flammable means it is not flammable. Gas, we use the symbol G. Water, we use the symbol W. Water is also used as cooling medium. Air, we use A. And then that was previous slide was about cooling medium. This slide is about circulation. There are again three types of circulations here. Natural circulation. Naturally, the hot air which is coming in contact with, for example, air if you consider, and coming in contact with a hotter surface will move away and take away the heat. So again the cool air will come in touch with that one, and then like this natural circulation may happen. The other one is forced. Forced normally oil or for example not directed means inside we do not have any arrangement which will direct the flow of the oil. So that is for that purpose we use F symbol. Of course, natural we use the symbol N. For forced and oil not directed, we use the symbol F. But forced, if oil is directed, then we use D instead of F. F nowhere is visible, but that is also forced only. Forced means we are using a pump. Actually, whenever there is a forced means we are using a pump. In serial number 2, we are not directing the oil flow. Of course, we are using the pump, but we are not directing the oil flow. So that is simply F we use. But in the third case, third item, we are not only using the pump, but also directing the flow. So in that case, we use the symbol D. So these symbols you remember carefully, and their meanings you remember carefully for naming the transformer. Nomenclature. Transformer shall be identified with the symbols for each cooling method and for which a rating is assigned by the manufacturer. This is the significance. For example, if you mention AN, it has a particular rating in industry standards. So it gives what is the size of the transformer and what is the nature of cooling medium and how it looks like and what is the power rating of that one. So that is the main purpose of this nomenclature. Dry type transformer without protective enclosures means there is no tank. Dry type transformer without protective enclosures are identified by two symbols only. They need only two symbols because there is no external cooling mechanism on here, one cooling type. For the cooling medium that is in contact with the windings, directly means, windings. Windings means a surface of the coating actually. There is some, enamel or epoxy resin coating. So whatever is in touch with that, not actually the enamel, etc., but whatever is in touch with the overall coating, that cooling medium we consider. And the cooling method. For example, air natural. So in this case, the transformer windings are in contact with air. Means over the windings definitely there will be enamel coating or some epoxy coating. So that coating is in touch with the air. That's what it means. And here N stands for natural. A stands for air. N stands for natural. So air natural. So a transformer which is not having a tank is identified by two symbols only. That is the cooling medium. The first symbol is the cooling medium that is in contact with the overall coating of the windings. And the second symbol is the cooling method, natural or forced or whatever it is. A dry type transformer in a non-ventilated protective enclosure means there is a tank. Non-ventilated protective enclosure means a tank. The dry type transformer in a tank with natural air cooling inside and outside the enclosure is called AN. Inside also, outside also. Inside the tank, air natural. Outside the tank also, air natural. So this is how the dry type transformers are named. And then let us see how in general the naming is done, nomenclature. Order of the symbols, the first letter, second letter, third letter, fourth letter. The first letter should be given to the kind of cooling medium indicating cooling medium that is in contact with the winding. Cooling medium that is in contact with the winding. Again here, contact with the winding means don't consider only conductor. Over the conductor there may be some insulation, and over that whatever is the medium is there, that is what you have to consider. That's what is considered and given, the symbol is given to that. So for example, this is example oil. For an oil filled transformer, the first letter is oil. And second letter, kind of circulation. Whether this oil is circulated by natural means or by forced and directed. So that decides this symbol N. And the third letter, this is kind of cooling medium indicating cooling medium that is in contact with the external cooling system. Means a tank or radiator tubes. Radiator tubes may be left alone to be cooled by natural air. In that case, air is in contact with the tank or radiator tubes. So the symbol may be A in that case. But you may also use water to cool the radiator tubes. It depends on the rating of the transformer. So if you cool instead of using air, if you cool it with water, naturally the cooling improves like anything. Then the rating of the transformer increases like anything. Or you can use more, current to be delivered by the transformer or handled by the transformer, or in other words, more power to be handled by the transformer. And the fourth letter is kind of circulation, whether it is natural circulation, kind of circulation of what? The external cooling medium. Please remember, the external cooling medium. External cooling medium is outside the tank, means radiator tubes or transformer tank itself. So how that medium is circulated, whether air you are using fans, then you have to say forced. If you are not using fans, it is natural circulation. If you are using fans and directing it to tubes or something, then it is D, the symbol is D. Like that, this is the standard nomenclature with order of symbols to be followed like this. ON, AN, OF, AF. OF, AF stands for what?
Oil forced, air forced.
So can someone describe, or can you yourself describe what is the kind of transformer it is? Inside how it will be, outside how it will.
Sir, wait. Sir, there'll be forced cooling medium, and it will be a core type. Like inside also there'll be forced kind of circulate. Like because it is oil, so inside there'll be oil in the tank, and because it is forced, so there will be the pumps will also be there in that, which will pump the oil throughout the transformer. So there'll be pipes outside the transformer, and pumping system will also be there, sir, in that.
Then
So, sir, oil forced, air forced. So the cooling medium that is in external is air, but internally it is oil. So that's what I'm saying. And forced circulation is happening inside also and outside also. So forcing will like I mean the kind of forcing will be inside also and outside also. That's what I'm saying, sir. But inside there'll be oil, outside there'll be air cooling.
inside you are using pump for forcing. Outside what are you using?
Sir, outside
Uh,
fans for cool, taking away the heat. For that is the
okay.
forcing. Forcing is being
Yeah.
done through fans, sir.
So OF AF means oil is pumped and circulated, and radiator tubes are cooled by fans using air. This is what it means. Okay. So this is how transformer nomenclature is used. Yeah. So today's class is closed with this only nomenclature. Tomorrow we will see the rating, etc. Yeah. Any questions you have?
Sir, what
Yeah.
time tomorrow class?
Tomorrow, shall we have same time?
Yes, sir. Sure. No problem from my side.
So no problem.
Okay. So we will have at same time we will have the class tomorrow.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Hmm.
Sir, for internal cooling,
Hmm.
uh, how can water be a cooling medium?
Internal cooling, normally water is not used, but water is a pure dielectric material. Pure water is a dielectric material.
Okay.
If you can, somehow hermetically seal the transformer, cool water can be filled without any problem. That is a dielectric material. But the problem of water, even if there is a small hole somewhere, immediately the microorganisms will grow inside water. Water, even if you keep in a glass of water outside, if you delay, definitely there will be some microorganisms will be growing. So these microorganisms will make the water conducting. That is why it is dangerous to use water inside the transformer.
So it's
But
mostly
outside radiating pipes, etc., that you can use water to cool. In high power rated transformer, that kind of cooling is can be done, not an issue.
okay.
Any other questions, please?
Yes, sir, I have one doubt. Hello. Sir, as you said, major insulation separate winding and winding core, and minor insulation used for separating conductor winding. But where is
Called
gas
like that.
insulation?
It is called like that. The winding which is used for separating is called separating windings is called major insulation. Okay, that is how it is. The terminology is there in transformer industry.
And sir, where is gas insulation used inside the transformer?
Where?
Means at which means which two things we have to separate using gas insulation?
Gas insulation.
Yes, sir, gas insulation.
Gas insulation, instead of oil, if you fill the gas, then it is called gas insulation. It's not between the windings, etc. Okay. Don't get confusion. The major insulation, minor insulation is only for separating the windings from each other and separating turns from each other. Okay, it is not the oil is in more than these things actually. But why that major minor is has come into picture? Because even if there is no oil, it can work. But without this separation of windings with core and windings between the windings and above between each turn, you cannot make a transformer, right?
Yeah.
So that becomes important.
Sir, I had a doubt. Can I ask, sir?
Why not?
Yes, thank you, sir. Sir, for major and minor insulation, sir, suppose there is an interleaved winding or sandwich winding. So, sir, HV and LV are just above and below each other. So, the one which is separating HV and LV is major insulation, and the one which is insulating HV from HV from itself is minor insulation, right, sir?
So in
Or
that
LV.
case, if interleaved winding is there, if physically they are at same location, in that case, still you need major insulation between that winding and core.
Yes,
Core
sir,
must
yes.
be separated.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah,
And
yes.
sir, between HV and LV will be minor insulation, right? Because between HV and LV also we need
Yes,
insulation,
it's
right?
almost same, right? Therefore, yes, you are right.
And sir, suppose HV and LV are at different places. So the winding which is separating both, that is the core, the insulation which is separating the both is major winding, and the insulation between the wires or the winding, not wire exactly, but the winding of the HV and LV, that will be minor insulation, right, sir?
Insulation, see, if they are at separate places means different limbs you are talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For example,
Different
HV is at
limbs
point.
that are
Yes,
not used for power transformer actually. Shell type, they always primary winding is on the core, and secondary winding is on the primary winding. It will be like that actually, shell type. If they
yes,
are
sir.
on different limbs, then from winding to core it is major. Within the winding turns, it is minor insulation.
Yes, sir. That's what I. Okay, okay, sir. Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome. Any other questions? Okay, then we will meet tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can ask me at any time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.